Building a wine investment community transcends sharing a passion. It's about creating a supportive network for exchanging insights, discussing trends, and collaborative investing. An active community can foster a deeper understanding and appreciation of wine, enhancing the investment journey for all members. Community events can include tastings and seminars, where enthusiasts gather to learn and share. These occasions provide invaluable opportunities for education and connection, deepening members' knowledge and passion for wine. Investment groups within the community allow individuals to pool resources and share investment strategies, offering a collaborative approach to navigating the wine market. This collective wisdom can lead to more informed and diverse investment choices. Online platforms can provide collectors with tools for managing portfolios, facilitating global connections and accessing vital market data and trends, essential for informed decision-making. A thriving wine investment community is not only social and fun, but also contributes to the market's growth and sustainability, promoting ethical investing and transparency. Jonny, any insights on the impact or the influence of wine investment communities and how that's shaping market trends?
Depends on your definition of communities per se. I mean, there's some great apps out there for tracking pricing, for tracking reviews, things like Seller Tracker, Wine Searcher, that give some price visibility, and there's peer-to-peer review platforms, and a bit like Vivino, but probably in the higher end segment more so. Then in the communities, I mean, there are groups that are wine investment houses, so they sell funds, and wine investment is as a business. So I think there are quite a few of those, both in the UK here and globally, that have sprung up. I guess it can be interesting to pool resources. I think we were talking about blockchain earlier, but the idea I've seen put forth is this kind of tokenization of high value cases. So one way of thinking of that is if you are a group of wine investors together, and you don't have the $50,000 for a particular case of DRC from Burgundy, maybe you get together and can own part of that case, which on a kind of more technical level, people are doing by offering kind of tokenized exposure to cases. I believe it's not something I do myself, but I think that is something that is cropping up too within these communities.
Well, as the self-proclaimed skeptical Brit among the panel, are there groups that are trying to manipulate pricing?
Yes. I think safe to say it's an unregulated market. So in financial markets, equities or whatever, you are tightly regulated in what you can do as a market participant. In wine, there's nothing. So you've got to imagine that anything that people want to do, they can. So you've got to be careful if you're the average punter wading into the wine market with lots of money and not much of a clue. It's very easy to fall foul of that. So get good advice, be cautious, start small, and use some of these ideas that have been discussed here before going all in, I'd say.
Don't have a target on your back. Casleah, you've hosted virtual wine tastings for companies like Google and Snapchat. How do you build community to enrich the wine experience?
I think it's always just meeting people where they're at. Like wine, like we kind of touched on, can be this kind of very unapproachable, kind of scary thing, especially when you're looking at like what these crazy, like I was looking at this decanter market watch, and some of these wines are going for, $500,000. And so it can be a very scary, intimidating topic. So it's kind of bringing back the fun part of wine, like at the end of the day, wine is meant to just be enjoyed and bring people together. And so, yeah, there can be money to be made in wine, especially if you have money to invest in wine. But to build the community, it's, making sure people are having fun while they're drinking the wine, right? Like that's the most important thing. Yeah. And then like I was thinking about too, like an investment in wine, and bringing people together in the community. Like you might have this one really expensive, really special bottle, and maybe instead of holding on to it for 10, 15 years to make money on it, you bring together a group of people where everyone's willing to pay, $100, $150 for a glass, and you can make your money back that way faster and bring people together, But yeah.
I see the Dave's mind is like something's registering. He's like, wait a minute, that sounds like a business idea to me.
Well, what I did was I ended up doing a Metaverse. So I have actually an exact copy of my vineyard with the olive trees, the 3,600 vines, everything. And you can actually go and walk in there and through your computer, and you can do a virtual tasting. You can purchase wine through the Metaverse. You can talk with me using AI. I'll answer any questions you have regarding vineyards, grapes, and everything. And then if you spend the $5,000, you get one of these bottles that I hand sandblast. And then this one's actually going to the UN on next Wednesday. This is going to be part of the Royal Collection. I have a princess that is purchasing a bunch of bottles for a charity. And these are 5,000 a piece, but we actually, on this one, this is vine A3. I have the longitude of the vine. I actually went out and measured every vine. And then there's a QR code with Google Earth that will zoom in right on your vine in the real world. But in the virtual world, your name's on the vineyard until you sell that NFT. And there's 3,600 of them at 5,000 each. So it's there can be money made in the wine industry doing that also. That's my next step. So that'll be out in about it's about 2 months before I'm done with the Metaverse building it. But it's almost all there. And there's grape stomping, and it's the exact copy. Some people that saw it said, I don't even need to come to your house anymore. I can just go right on the computer and do everything, talk with you, do everything here, and then order wine and then just have it shipped to me. So it's I think it's the new wave coming, and I think more wineries will start putting, once they see what I've done. I mean, I've got the Welcome to Napa Valley sign in there. We've got places where we're going to do concerts. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff and then I took out my house, of course, and put in a big corporate office there. So you don't get to see my house. But other than that, it's an exact replica, which is everybody's amazed, what you can see and what you can actually do. And I think it's going to be the future. You can wear those Oculus goggles if you want. But that's going to just bring in. That's what I'm waiting on in 2 months to get approved. And I can bring in so many, millions of people into the vineyard without actually having anybody, there physically. So, and they can purchase wine all over the world. So that's my next goal. So that'll be launched. NFT Wine Club's going really well, but that's the NFT Metaverse. So we're working on that now.
So interesting to hear this juxtaposition of like ancient wine that has so much history with the Metaverse.
Yeah.
And how can you enjoy wine in the Metaverse? I guess there's a way.
Well, and I also have a glass, believe it or not, I got a glass that you plug into a USB port on your computer. And when I'm pouring wine in the Metaverse, it actually fills up with light that fills up your glass. You can't drink it yet. I'm trying to figure out how we can do that. But right now, at least I have the glass that works. So, I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So, that's what keeps me going all the time. Just got to find something new. And, I wish there was, scratch and sniff on the internet, because I'd make a mint, but it's just can't do that yet with wine, but we'll try.
That's coming.
So, yeah, it's coming.
Johnny, any parting thoughts?
No, I mean, it's a fascinating landscape. Now's an interesting time, certainly. The prices have come off a lot if you are investing in wine, but keep your eyes open.
I will be keeping my eyes open. Well, thank you to all of our panelists this evening. I'm bummed out that Anthony Zhang couldn't make it, because I was so interested to hear about VinoVest and the platform, the investing platform that he has. Curious to learn how they deal with authentication and storage, which essentially, if you open up an account, they're handling that for you. And then if you want the wine to drink, they'll ship it to you. I think the takeaways are that, the wine industry is very complex. It's very important to identify your motivation, because are you looking for an inexpensive wine that tastes great and you want to enjoy drinking it? Or are you trying to invest in hoping that the wine will appreciate, and then you're going to approach it quite a bit differently? The lack of regulation is quite eye-opening. So I and everybody else needs to really approach it carefully and know who you're buying from and where the wine has been and how it's been stored. And it's really been interesting having all the panelists on, because we've gotten insight into when you're looking at a bottle of wine, you don't forget that it actually originated on a vine as a grape, and that there are different ways to use technology to experience that, to own a vine, to have an NFT, and the technology, I think, is fascinating in hearing about and seeing how that is going to impact the wine industry going forward. So thank you again to our panelists for sharing their insights this evening. Dave Harmon, who founded wine.com, he has so many web addresses to share. I don't even know where to start. Do I read them all? You've got ownanapavineyard.com. You've got Caneros.com. You've got Pinot.
Envy is the reality show.
You've got winecountrydates.com. Did I leave anything out?
Just the NFT Wine Club.
I left out the main one. So you can find Dave everywhere, because he's got more businesses.
I got 41 domain names. I didn't mention them all, but I have 41 of them that I manage right now. So
some of them are still coming.
Yeah,
they're still
development, right? So
Casleah Herwaldt, you can find her at bythestem.co, that's CO, or you can find her at instagram.com/Casleah, where you can follow her adventures and see her images and videos. That's fantastic. And Jonny Orton from the UK in London. Jonny, where can people find you? Or do you not want people to find you?
You can find me through the Institute of Master of Wine. There's a contact form there. But yeah, we've only just got the internet here in the UK, so we're catching up on social media and the likes. Not sure it's a good idea, but we'll see.
He's cynical and has a sense of humor. So thank you to all the panelists. I want to thank the Inspired Moneymakers for watching this episode about wine and wine investing. Be sure to join us next week, Wednesday, March 20th, same time. We're going to be discussing unlocking the secrets of retirement. So that'll be a fun one. I look forward to seeing you soon. In the meantime, do something that scares you, because that's where the magic happens. Thanks, everybody.